My name is Claudia Ebel. I am the director of the Veggie program, which is the Valley Educational Gardens Initiative, and I live in Alamosa, Colorado. I heard about it through Gustavo, who is a photography instructor at Adams State University, and he had nominated me for the Corn Mothers, and I heard about it through him, and then was in touch with Renee and got in touch with the rest of the Corn Mothers about the project, and I was really happy to hear that I was selected to be a Corn Mother. I think being a Corn Mother is a recognition of being a strong female leader in our local community here, and being representative of being with the land and being a member of the community and being very active in what it means to gather people together and be a part of a certain cause or a certain movement. For me, that's really tied to agriculture and community education and community health and nutrition. And so for me, the way that I see meeting that need is just being a very strong leader and a community organizer here in the San Luis Valley. And I think being a Corn Mother is just a way for a group of women to be recognized as having that role in the community, and then coming together and having official recognition around that sort of group. My life philosophy has a lot to do with the things that I see every day and the things that I feel like I need to do with what I see specifically around people and the environment, especially here in the San Luis Valley. And so, for me, I just really have a very strong belief in community action, being involved in kind of those hard issues that we see on a day-to-day basis. My life philosophy is to be a very strong individual, but then band together and very much depend on my community as well, and really believe in the power of those community connections to get really amazing things done. So I just believe in really being positive, but being very realistic, and in learning from all of the great people around us who have a lot to share and who have a lot of history in working to rejuvenate agriculture and healthy foods and connection with the land here where you live. And so I really believe in just being very, very place-based, but also being very centered in yourself, and knowing that you have to be centered and calm and positive in order to get good things done. My dicho was about the starfish story, which is a very old fable about a young boy walking down a beach that was struck in by beached starfish. And the young boy is walking down and starts picking up each starfish and throwing it back into the ocean. And someone comes along and says, "Why are you even bothering? Look at the thousands of starfish that are here on the beach. And it's going to take you forever to walk down this beach and save every starfish." And the little boy says, "Well, I'm going to do what I can, and I'm here walking down this beach. And if I see a starfish that needs to go back into the water, I'm going to put it there." So it's about doing what you can and looking at the bigger picture of the problem, but also not being too overwhelmed by that problem, and believing that you can make a big difference however you can. I grew up in Denver, Colorado, so I was born there in the city and was raised there. I went to high school in Denver. I later went to college at the University of Colorado in Boulder, so I had moved outside of the city a little bit and experienced a bit of the smaller community there. Very different from the San Luis Valley. When I graduated with an international affairs degree, I moved back to Denver, and then I traveled a lot in Mexico and Central America, and really realized my love for agriculture and my love for learning and speaking the Spanish language, and working with immigrant populations as well. So I had various jobs on farms and with immigrant rights organizations in the Denver area. And then I decided to leave Denver, and an opportunity came up to work with Alamosa Community Gardens. And so I moved down here to work with that organization, and it really meant for me just leaving all of the distractions of the city and coming to a smaller community where I could really become more involved in a small community, but be in a really beautiful place that is really full of opportunity, be it, to explore nature, to be a leader in an organization such as a gardening organization, and to learn from a really rich cultural history here that exists in the San Luis Valley. So for me, that's just really, really important to feel a part of a community and to feel like I have a strong basis here with people who have their home here and who really respect all of the unique and natural elements of the San Luis Valley. And I have found just really wonderful people and wonderful work. And I've really been able to grow into myself as a community leader here in Alamosa and in the San Luis Valley. So it's meant a lot to me. 3 years ago, I moved down here, and it's meant a lot to me, the experience so far that I've had in Alamosa and the Valley. I'm learning about the project and about all of the women who have been inducted into the Corn Mothers over the past, 7 or 8 years. And I am really enjoying meeting the other fellow Corn Mothers. And I just really feel honored to be recognized in that way and to be a part of the art gallery presentations that have happened and to be a part of the ceremony, the induction into the Corn Mothers, and to just be a part of being able to share my story and connect with other women. That was an interesting experience, being photographed, thousands of pictures. I had never really experienced something like that, so I felt kind of on display, and I was a little nervous at first. I wasn't quite sure how it was going to turn out, but I really trusted Todd to just be able to look through the lens, and trusted him to find that best kind of portrait moment. So it was interesting thinking about where I wanted to have the photo shoot. And for me, it was a pull between wanting to be outside in the garden and then wanting to be in my kitchen as well, preparing food or holding up some of the harvest of garlic from last season, and sharing kind of both of those pieces of really just loving food and enjoying food and how to best kind of portray that in a portrait. So that was a very interesting process. And I just really felt, flattered and also a little bit nervous to be photographed so much. But it was really great to see the final product and to have that picture on display. It just, brings a lot of pride and joy. So I really appreciate Todd's patience and time investment into that. And I'm glad he ultimately chose a photo of me, just kind of a simple picture in my kitchen, where I really enjoy cooking and making delicious things out of all of the delicious locally grown foods here.